We are days before one of the most important elections in American history, maybe in world history. And Lil Wayne decides to use his voice politically for the first time to defend, to promote, to support Donald Trump. So just when I think things can't get any dumber, Lil Wayne sends out a tweet yesterday. Apparently he met with President Donald Trump and decided that real G's don't move in silence like lasagna. Instead, he wanted to speak out. And he tweets, just had a great meeting with real Donald Trump, POTUS. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is going to give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured he will and can get it done. We are days before one of the most important elections in American history, maybe in world history. And Lil Wayne decides to use his voice politically for the first time to defend, to promote, to support Donald Trump, someone who has been an enemy to his community, an enemy to what we think he would value, an enemy to everybody who's vulnerable in this country. It's bad enough that he's selling out, but from what I can see, he's selling out for free, which is even more disrespectful. It's always bad to be a sellout. It's always a moral atrocity. But damn, Wayne, you doing this for nothing. Standing next to the president with your thumb up looking like a hostage while the rest of us suffer as a consequence of your choice. Now, you could say, well, Lil Wayne might just believe what he believes and he has a right to free speech. He has a right to say what he thinks about the election. True. Except Lil Wayne doesn't do that. In fact, not too long ago, a woman journalist asked Lil Wayne what he thought about Black Lives Matter.
I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matters, especially to my.
He ended our interview angrily.
If you're not a politician and you just want to talk about rap, you just want to talk about music, you just want to talk about clothes, you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about, except for politics, then why use this moment right now to do this? And if you're going to do it, why do it for Donald Trump? But it's not just Wayne. My dear brother Ice Cube stood next to Donald Trump. I understand that he has a plan for Black America and he's not endorsing Donald Trump. Ice Cube did not endorse Donald Trump, but Ice Cube is still standing next to Donald Trump in a way that makes him seem like he is a reasonable or viable option to advance the Black agenda. 50 Cent stood up and said that he's going to vote for Trump because he doesn't want to pay high taxes. Now, whether he was serious or not, I can't say for sure, but the fact that he said it legitimized what many people have to say. And this is what's so disturbing. Brothers, we are the lowest common denominator right now. We are the weakest link right now. Not all black men. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about those people in public who are standing up and standing next to Donald Trump. People like Candace Owens, people like Diamond and Silk. Yes, they support Donald Trump, but they're conservative Republicans who, for whatever reason, are on that side of the aisle. But I'm talking about brothers who are in our community. Brothers who claim to love us. Brothers who claim to believe what we believe, or at least care about the values that we express. Why now do you stand up for Donald Trump? Why are black men polling at 10% according to some estimates for Donald Trump? Now again, I want to be clear. Black folk are not a monolith, and no other race gets an 89 or 90% support of a party. So let's not pathologize black people. At the same time, we got to ask brothers, what is it about Donald Trump that's so compelling? And too often I worry that we don't want to defeat power. We don't want to defeat oppression. We simply want to be in charge of it. And so when black men see Donald Trump walking around unchecked, walking around powerful, walking around doing whatever he wants to do, it's almost as if our vision of what freedom looks like is not to dismantle that system, not to get rid of the Donald Trumps of the world, but to be him or to be like him. That's the only possible way that I could see why we would be trying to defend and endorse, even tacitly, even implicitly, somebody like Donald Trump 3 days before an election. So Wayne, I encourage you to follow your own advice. Move in silence. Get political education. And if you're going to endorse somebody who advances the interest of your people. Now again, I'm not vote shaming. I have voted third party. I have voted independently for many years. You can vote for who you want for with a conscience. But this does not feel like a principled move. This does not feel like an informed move. He's talking about Donald Trump with criminal justice reform when he's not looking at the fact that Donald Trump is trying to impose a law and order agenda that militarizes and criminalizes our streets. It puts more guns on the street to make us more likely to kill each other and get killed. He is not against the privatization of federal prisons. Donald Trump is not a criminal justice leader. We got to stop saying that. Talking about a plan for real community ownership and leadership. Donald Trump is advancing tax cuts for the ultra wealthy. People with private jets are getting better tax cuts than people who make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year. Those people in Magnolia Projects, those people in your hood, they're not benefiting from Trump. So even if you, Lil Wayne, get rich from Donald Trump or get richer from Donald Trump, that ain't have nothing to do with those of us at the bottom of the well. Those of us who have more, we have to do more. We have to use our voice responsibly. Wayne, you haven't done that. I wish I could say this is disappointing, but nothing he's ever said or done implies that he'd be different. So our responsibility is to tune these guys out, to follow our true leaders, to listen to authentic voices, and to vote for freedom and justice this election.